my name's Mary Jane Laurie. I'm an agricultural consultant with SAC Consulting. Today I'm going to be talking about farm software and things to consider when making a purchase. Farm software can be a useful tool to help you stay compliant with regulations, and it's also useful for performance recording and keeping track of financial inputs and outputs. But when purchasing farm software, it can be difficult to know where to start, as there's a lot of choice out there. The first thing to think of is the purpose. Are you wanting it for just basic record keeping to stay compliant, or are you going to do more detailed performance recording and actually take some action off some of the things that you're recording, such as livestock weights and maternal traits? Consider the compatibility of the program you're choosing. If it's a livestock program, does it feed into Scott EID or Scott Moves to keep records compliant? If it's an arable program, is it compatible with the program that your agronomist is using? Does the software have an app? Can you use it on your mobile phone or tablet out in the field, or is it purely a desk-based system for the computer in the office? What is the cost? Is it a one-off payment for a download, or is it a monthly payment for a cloud-based software? Some software is cloud-based and it updates regularly. Other ones you download one time, and then if there's any further updates you might need to download those at a later date. If there are multiple people wanting to use the software, is it possible to use it on more than one device, or do you need to pay each time for each tablet to be added? Is there any support available? If you've got any issues with the program, do you need to pay to phone up for the helpline, or is that free and included in the cost of your program? And finally, how easy is the software to use? A lot of the programs will offer you a free trial, or there might be a YouTube video that you can watch to get a feel of how the program works. Check how cluttered the interface is if you're going to be using it out in the field in the tractor on a phone or a tablet. Simpler systems are often easier to get to grips with, and that means that you're going to use it more effectively.
Here at Leary Law we farm 3,000 acres, a mixture of owned and contract farm ground. Out of that 3,000 acres, about 2,800 is in arable cropping. We grow winter wheat, winter barley, winter oilseed rape and spring barley. The rest of the ground is in grass for our beef herd. We finish about 400 head of cattle a year, supplying 3 butchers with cattle. We started using digital record keeping programs mainly to get away from the extra duplication of work with paper-based systems. Beforehand, everything was getting written down on paper. It would then be brought into the house. I would then spend time typing it into the computer system. Bits of paper would inevitably get lost or not get typed up, so there was gaps appearing in the records. So we decided to go to more digital-based software, so that the records can be produced in the computer at home, uploaded to a cloud-based system. We have tablets in the tractors so that the operators then have their work plans for the day or the week, and we can fill everything out. Once they've done the job, they just upload it back to the cloud and it comes straight back into the computer. Everything's traceable, every job's fully recorded. We haven't unfortunately found a package that can do both for the arable and the cattle enterprises. There is programs out there that does both, but when we were looking at to get what we were wanting each to do, we've ended up going down 2 separate routes. But like I say, you can get packages that can do the whole job. We looked a bit at, price came into it a little bit, but mainly just what the package could do for us. At the time, the package we picked for the arable enterprise at the time was one of the few that you could actually send the information out to tablets on the tractor. There's 2 or 3 other ones that do it now. The software I'm using, I can have as many tablets as I want, and we're also using the software for the accounting side of the business as well, so it was the same provider, so it kind of made sense to use them. I knew their support from that side of things was very good, so I thought if we had any issues, you basically just pick up the phone and ask. We use the information that we record to make business decisions and for kind of keeping a close eye on the financial records, or financial costs, sorry. For the fertiliser spreader, we use it to record date spread, weather conditions, the same for the sprayer, and we can then look at that on the computer to see when it's spread, if something's been spread at the wrong time, or if somebody says we've been spraying when we shouldn't be spraying, we can prove that the weather conditions were right, everything. We have send crop weather stations as well on the farm, so that tells me when I should spray or shouldn't spray. So we have everything logged, everything's completely digitalised, so we have a record of all that. Moving to digital record keeping has made our working day easier. As much so the operator, the whole farm's been put up to Wi-Fi, so the operator starts the tablet in the morning, the record's brought in from the cloud that I'll have made on the computer. They basically, once they drive out of here, the system works offline, drive into the field, they hit the button at the top of the page, and that logs the date and the start time. They then complete the operation if it's spraying or spreading. Finish the field, tick the next button, and that logs the finish time. You put in all your weather conditions on. If it's exactly the same as what the last field was, it just logs that and you just tick on. So that's all logged in. They come back in at the end of the day after doing however many fields, upload it to the cloud, I go to the computer, bring it in, it's all there, there's no duplication, there's no then time spent at me at a night or a weekend having to decipher all the bits of paper. It's all just there, so it's cut out a lot of the extra work for me, certainly on the computer, so it's made it a lot easier.